What's up, guys? I am sjnorona. I am the director of What If the Room Was Good?
I'm Ben West. I was the writer and producer.
And I'm Adam McCoy, and I was the DP. And we are here to answer some of your questions and discuss some of the top and some of the more unfavorable comments for the video we made.
And we'll just tell a little bit about what went into making it and what our plans are for the future.
So this actually just started with this guy's idea. He wanted to see if we could take a scene from a bad movie and make it good. It was a really cool challenge and experiment, and we would honestly love to do more.
With a disaster artist coming up, we figured it was a good popular topic to use, and it seems that worked out.
And I was always curious if he could take a bad movie with bad writing and kind of have a gimmick be if he kept the original writing but changed the direction and the pacing of it, if he could make that into something worth watching. And with The Room, I thought that was since it's like the best worst movie ever, I thought that was the best example to do. So it worked out perfectly.
There was definitely some comments about how, the dialogue was still bad. It's very true. We almost thought, if we changed the dialogue, it would almost be cheating because it wouldn't technically be the same thing. So if we kept at least one constant, it would still be a remake. You know what I mean?
We didn't intend for it to be perfect. And everybody's right. You realize that the writing gives you limitations, because if the script is crappy, then the entire thing is shitty. So I know we definitely wanted it to look pretty, so we shot it the last hour of the day. And in all honesty, the scene ends when we run out of light. And we discussed that beforehand. We're like, what's going to happen when it gets dark? Then the scene's over. That's why it cuts kind of prematurely. But mainly we just wanted it to look really good. And it, for the most part, does. We took some liberties with the axis line, and the reveal scene was meant to look like a Michael Bay. That was intentional. That wasn't by accident. We had fun with it mostly. That was the main intention.
The whole what if was the most satisfying part. Not necessarily making something that's the better than the original, although it's debatable, but it's mostly just a fun hypothetical.
Basically, we had a lot of fun doing it. We did it in like 2 hours. For the next one, though, I do want to take it just a little bit more seriously, just to see how much we can actually push the quality of a scene.
Yeah, we actually have to answer with that quality, but now it's kind of like we've upped the ante a little bit, so we need to do it.
So what do you want to say to the people that called us pretentious?
Were they? Really?
They were. Which, I've always hated that word. I've hated that word.
Pretentious.
I didn't actually hate any of the comments. Most of them made me laugh. I mean, you have to understand, when you do something like this, you put yourself out there, and you can't get upset about it. So that was a resolution we pretty much met very, very quickly.
So do you want to take a look at some comments?
Sure.
All right.
Knocked RK. It's even more autistic than the original. I mean, come on, man. That's offensive.
Valentina's. I have actually thought about doing the cheap scene. We've been talking a little bit about which scenes we should try to do, and I'm thinking we want to do 2 more. One that we talked about was that one, which is going to be very, very hard to make film natural, of course, but it's a challenge, and challenge accepted. We want to remake the "You're Tearing Me Apart" Lisa scene, because that one's classic.
Yeah.
MC Stife Freeze. I don't know. Too much just because you want to show us a good room scene. This does not mean that you have to use every cinematic technique and cliche in these 2 minutes. Fair enough. That's all I got.
Jesus Christ says, please make the whole movie.
Oh my god. Dude, if we had a budget, we would make the whole... Did he say his name was Jesus Christ?
Jesus Christ. Ask Jesus Christ for money.
So Zoom Zip says he looks like a great value Tom Cruise. We actually thought that he looked like Tom Cruise too. That was like a really interesting thing when I first met Paul. As soon as he opens his mouth, he sounds completely different. And I honestly look forward to working with him on other projects because he's a really fun guy.
Fox Cutter Productions. Looks like a trendy piece of shit. Nice job. You made the room better. Thank you.
Young Simba Paw Sex. He says, I don't think any amount of good acting can fix the horrible and choppy dialogue in the movie. You need to completely revise the script and make it a more original movie. I was kind of talking to Sean about that the other day. What if we were to make an entire movie remake of The Room? Would we keep the gimmick of keeping the exact same dialogue and messing with the pacing and direction, or would we kind of like have to make up our own dialogue if you're gonna make this movie, get taken seriously? Honestly, I'd like to see what you guys think, because that's an interesting question. Sean said we should keep the gimmick. I could almost go either way. I think it would be ridiculously hard and maybe too weird to keep all the original dialogue, but maybe it could work.
I loved this one. Deshaun, watching this with no other context, I felt that when Johnny walks up on the rooftop and throws a bottle on the ground, only to turn around and find Mark sitting up there, makes me think the story could actually be about a man who hallucinates his life, as if Mark was with a sort of imaginary guide, and it's all because it seems so surreal with the location and the dialogue and Mark tossing the football on the roof and Johnny's mannerisms. I honestly thought that was interesting because when you think about the movie The Room and the title itself, it makes no sense why it's called The Room. Like, I've always thought that. But then I was like, what if you were to take that idea seriously? Like, what if it was because this man really is trapped inside this box of his own mind in this, like, room alone. And even though he's surrounded by, friends and family, he has to deal with his inner turmoil. Okay, I wanted to address Douchey McNitpick for a second. Thank you for the super long comment. I actually thought really hard about a movie that I think you'd like. It has like the best acting, the best cinematography, the best script. Troll 2. You should definitely go home and check it out right now.
This channel has no videos. That was the name of the channel. It says, looks like Greensboro. Good job.
It is Greensboro.
Definitely Greensboro.
Downtown. Here's a shout out to you, Sean. Alex Costello. How do you only have 240 subs? You deserve more. Good job.
Oh, thanks, Alex. I don't know how to pronounce this, but Michael Kaya said, this is wonderful. It makes you think how much potential there can be where you least imagine. Will we see more of this? I want to keep experimenting, keep making movies. So thank you. And yes, we are going to show you some more. Matthew Reese said, oh, hi, Sean. Oh, hi, Matthew. So again, thank you guys for all the support. We will definitely be making more. Please leave us comments and subscribe if you aren't already. Tell us what room scene would you like us to redo. And tell us if you want us to keep the dialogue or if you want us to adjust it, per se. My vote is for keeping it because I think that's like a great challenge. But I want to hear what you guys think.
Yeah.
You want to say something? Like, bye?
Hey,
Let me think.
keep commenting, keep sharing, even if you hate it. P.T. Barnum said, I don't care what you say about me, just spell my damn name right. I agree with that sentiment, so yeah, we'll take whatever you give us. We'll take it.
Hopefully this is the start of something really fun, maybe redoing not only the room scenes, but other bad movie scenes, and maybe even, I don't know, who knows, another channel. But for now, we'll keep doing The Room, and let us know how it goes.